Welcome back to OT Sports. Today we got episode 4 of MLB All Around. And I'm just going to start this off by saying I was halfway through recording this and I kind of messed something up. So that's a little tough. So now we got to redo it. And I hope you guys enjoy. If you're new around here, subscribe and let's just get right into it. Starting off in the American, the Rays still at the top of the AL East. They've been holding on to that for a while. The Orioles started to cool down a little, but still doing not too bad. The Red Sox have been really hot as of recently. They're now up to the third place spot in this division. The Blue Jays have been really cold recently, 3-7 in their last 10. And then the Yankees starting to pick things up and figure things out. Again, they were on a little bit of a cold streak last episode, but now it seems like they're starting to be back. And this entire division is better than the entirety of the AL Central. So, yeah, this is by far the best division. Moving on to the AL Central, speaking of them, the Twins still at the top. They've been 5-5 in their last 10, so I mean you'd expect more from them. But I mean if this is their version of a cold streak, I guess that's a good thing. The Tigers have been really hot recently, which is kind of weird because I don't really know many players on the Tigers. I know they have Javi Baez. He's been bad to start the year, but I mean I know they have him. The Guardians have had a struggle to start the year through the first about 40 games. I do expect them to figure it out as well, and I feel like they're gonna need to because this American League is loaded. I mean, you could. I don't think the Red Sox will make it in the AL East, but the other four teams have a chance, and then the four teams in the AL West also have a chance to make the playoffs, in my opinion. So the Guardians kind of need to figure it out. There's like a dark horse chance the White Sox make the playoffs. I don't think so, but I could see it happening. Just because they have a lot of power, really. I mean, and on paper, their pitching should be good. They haven't been good to start the year, which kind of sucks to see. But I, I mean, I don't know if they can figure it out because the past 2 years they haven't. But I don't know. I could see it. And then the Royals at the bottom of this division still only a game back of the White Sox for fourth place. Yeah, but they suck. The AL West, the Rangers still barely holding on to that first place spot in this division. They're up 3 games. I don't know how long they can hold this lead. They're 7-3 in their last 10, but I'm not a huge fan of the Rangers. I don't really see it with them. The Angels at 20-18, 6-4 in their last 10. They've been pretty hot as of recently. Don't make those last 10 fool you. They are in a 2-game losing streak, but before that they were really hot. And then the Astros kind of cooled off their hot streak a little. We talked about them a lot. I had them going to the World Series as a 6th seed last episode in the playoff predictions, but it's kind of cooled off a little. But I mean, I would expect them to end up being first in this division at the end of the year. But I mean, you never know. We'll see. This division is pretty good. And then the Mariners at 4, they're starting to heat up. Their offense is finally starting to do some things for them. Their pitching was kind of the only thing going for them to start the season, but it seems like their offense is starting to figure it out a little. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games, and then the A's are the worst team in baseball, last in this division for a reason. They just suck. They don't have pitching. They don't have hitting. They have nothing, literally nothing at all. So yeah, that's they haven't even they're 8-30, and that should just tell you right there. Moving on to the National League. I don't know why it always does that whenever I switch to National League. The Braves still at the top of the NL East. They're starting to build a little bit of a lead there. 6.5 games. That's pretty crazy. And then the Marlins at 2. They pass up the Mets finally. I feel like they've been sitting at 3, like a half game behind the Mets for a while now. The Phillies at 3. They also pass up the Mets. And both these teams really aren't on a hot streak. They're both 4-6 in their last 10. The reason they move up though is that the Mets at 18-20, they've been really bad. I believe they've lost 12 of 15 of their last games, something like that. They've been really, really bad recently. They do not look like a good team. The Nationals are only 1.5 games behind them, and it was kind of a consensus thing at the start of the year. It was either going to be the Nationals or the A's. We're going to be the worst team in baseball this year. The Nationals haven't been too bad. They're 6-4 in their last 10, and record-wise, I believe they're definitely not the worst team in baseball. Um, I mean, they're bottom. They're not really. I don't even think they're bottom five. I mean, the White Sox have worse. The Royals have worse. The A's have worse. The Cardinals have worse, and the Reds have this, and the Rockies also have the worst. So, yeah, they're not bottom five. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't expect them to be good, but I don't know. It's just kind of a point. The Pirates still at the top, barely. They've been really bad recently. I started giving praise last episode, saying there's a possibility they could make the playoffs, and they kind of proved me wrong in the wrong way. 1-9 in their last 10. They've lost like I don't know, something like 11 of their last 13. It's been really bad. Same with the Brewers. They're 2-8 in their last 10. This entire division really has been has been rough. The Cubs also been struggling recently. The Reds aren't a good team, and then the Cardinals. We all know how they've been. They've been really bad to start the year. This entire division's kind of on a cold streak right now, which I mean I guess is good for the Cubs. And then you look at the West. The Dodgers are starting to build on that lead. They're really hot, 8-2 in their last 10. Same with the Rockies. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're hot too. And then the rest of this division is 5-5 in their last 10. They didn't really do much. This division didn't have any people move around. Neither did NL Central, but I don't know. So, yeah, let's move on to the power rankings. This was last week's power rankings. This week's power rankings, we didn't move the top two; they stayed. The Dodgers moved all the way up to 3, and you can look at last power rankings; they weren't even on here. The Orioles stay at 4. The Blue Jays dropped down 2 to 5. The Red Sox weren't even on here. They moved down or I mean, they move up to 6. They weren't even on here. The Twins and the Rangers stayed the same like they always do. I feel like they always do. And then the Yankees and the Angels make an appearance in the top 10. They both move up. The Yankees move up 2, and the Angels move up 1. Taking a look at last week's, the Pirates, Brewers, Mets, and Astros all drop out of the top 10. And then the Dodgers, Red Sox, Yankees, and Angels move in. So a little bit of an interesting thing. Now let's move into the playoffs. Sorry if I'm going a little fast. I gotta go. I gotta go do something here. Kind of messed me up here because I messed up the recording halfway through. But I mean, it's stuff happens. So I gotta hurry a little. Sorry about that. So looking at the 3-6 matchup in the American, you got the Twins versus the Blue Jays. I'm gonna take the Blue Jays here. I think in 3 though. I don't know. I don't know why I always like the Blue Jays. I'm high on them. They have been cold recently, but I feel like they'll figure it out. Orioles, Red Sox. This is a weird playoff series. I'll take the Oilers in 3. Two teams like the Oilers. Have I been saying the Oilers this whole time? The Orioles, have been are a really young team, and the Red Sox really, besides Rafael Devers, they don't have too many players over there. I expect them to cool off a little. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I'll take the Orioles in 3 as well. Pirates and Padres. This is pretty easy for me. I'll take the Padres in 2. I don't think the Pirates win a game, and I don't think the Diamondbacks win a game against the Brewers either. Blue Jays, Rangers, 5-game series here. I'm gonna take the Blue Jays in 5. I don't know why. I don't like the Rangers, and I don't know why I always take the Blue Jays to go so far in this, but I always do that. So I guess I gotta stick with it. I don't know. Rays, Orioles. I don't know why I keep saying Orioles. Okay. All right. I'm just having a rough time with this name. I don't know why I keep saying Oilers. It's the Orioles. The Rays and the Orioles in a 5-game series here. I'm going to take the Rays in 4. I think the Orioles could win 1 game, but I don't know. They're just really young. I'm going to trust the Rays. They've been hot. Well, I mean, they're 29-9. So they've been the best team in baseball this year. So I'm gonna take them. Dodgers, Padres. This would be a really fun series. I'm gonna take the Dodgers though. They looked really good recently, and the Padres have been struggling. I don't know if you'd say struggling, but haven't been living up to expectations to start the season. I'll take the Dodgers in 5. I feel like these teams always play in the playoffs in the second round. So I don't know. Braves, Brewers. I'll take the Braves in 5. This would be a really good series as well, but I think the Braves are just the better team in the long run. Blue Jays and Rays. Give me the Rays in 7. I took the Blue Jays the past 2 times over the Rays in the second round. Here I'm going to take the Rays. Just because the Blue Jays have been really cold recently, and I don't know if I could take them to go to the World Series based on the way they've been playing recently, so I'll take the Rays. And then Dodgers, Braves. This is really, really tough. I'll stick with the Braves. I'll take them in 7. I was really close to picking the Dodgers, but I'm still really high on the Braves, and I want to see how long the Dodgers can hold on to this hot streak. And then Rays, Braves in the World Series. I think the Rays finally get one here. I'll take them in 7 over the Braves. I just feel like they've looked like the best team pretty obviously, I mean, in baseball to start the year. So I'll take them. Changing up my pick. The last couple episodes I've had the Braves. I believe I had the Padres the first one. But the past 2, this is the 4th one. The past 2 I've had the Braves. I'll take the Rays here to win the World Series. So that's going to be the episode. I apologize if it was a quick one. It would have been longer, but I kind of messed it up halfway through, and I also had to go do something. So if you enjoyed, like the video, subscribe if you are new as always. The Twitter's in the description, the Discord's in the description. You can follow that, you could join that, and yeah, that's really it. I'm excited to see all the Game 6s and possible Game 7s in the NBA playoffs. I'm also excited to see the NFL schedule release happening in about an hour from now. Not when this video, as I'm recording this, not when the video is gonna be up. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, like the video, and through 40 games of the MLB season, it's been pretty fun. The most fun and MLB season in my opinion in a pretty long time.